Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. We are ready to rock Cleveland.
Test, 1, 2.
Welcome our MC for Nord's Rare Impact Awards, Art Alexakis.
Please welcome to the stage your Master of Ceremonies for the night from Everclear, Art Alexakis.
To all those in attendance tonight, what a privilege it is to be here with you, and a special welcome to all our viewers watching at home. I'm Art Alexakis. I even have a hard time with my own name. I'm Art Alexakis, and I will be your MC tonight. I was so honored when Nord asked me to be a part of the 2020 Rare Impact Awards, and of course, when that event was shifted to virtual, I was happy to bide my time to make sure I was here for the 2022 Rare Impact Awards, and it is great to be here. Thank you very much for being here with us. You know, it takes skill, motivation, and passion to tell the important stories and to fight for what you believe in and explore ways to improve the world around you. I've made my name and my reputation by sharing passion with the world, my passion with the world, telling stories and working alongside my team with focus and determination. That drive to keep doing good, to keep working, it really makes a difference. You know, even when the goals you have seem impossible, like getting nominated for a Grammy, or more relevant to all of you here, like living your best rare life, fighting for critical access, or even finding a cure for the millions of Americans living with rare diseases. Tonight's Rare Impact Award honorees are proof through that commitment, unyielding dedication, and collaboration, it is possible to make progress towards a brighter future. Tonight, we celebrate the hard work of everyone in this room, the rock stars of the rare community. To get us started, I'd like you to please join me in welcoming Nord's Executive Vice President, Pam Gavin.
Thank you, Art, and thank you, everyone, for being with us tonight. This is the first in-person Rare Impact Awards since 2019. Woohoo! And what a perfect setting to honor the achievements and rock stars of the rare community. Since 1983, Nord has been leading the fight to advocate for every individual and family living with rare diseases. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us, adding another year of great achievements to the history books. Congratulations to all of the companies that had a therapy approved this past year. In addition, I want to acknowledge the courage and grace of those living with rare diseases, as well as the hard work and dedication of patient advocacy organizations, clinicians, and leaders at FDA and NIH, all of whom helped to make this progress possible. I also want to extend a very special thanks to all of our sponsors of tonight's celebration, including our gold sponsor, Horizon, and our silver sponsors, Apellis, Biogen, Bristol Myers Squibb, Insight, Insmed, Pharmacentia, Takeda, and Travere Therapeutics. And just a quick note, yes, thank you to our sponsors. They help make this event possible. And I would be remiss to not quickly acknowledge Peter Saltonstall, Nord's president and CEO, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight I'm sure he's watching at home and celebrating the progress with us. NORD was created by individuals living with rare diseases, their families, and patient advocates in the hopes to change the future trajectory for orphan therapy development, to ensure equity and inclusiveness is realized across a diverse set of conditions, communities, and challenges. And I'm honored to come to work every day on behalf of those living with rare diseases to help the community realize those goals. Thank you.
Pam Gavin. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. This room is certainly filled with impressive people who deserve the accolades being bestowed onto them. Let's introduce tonight's first honoree. For more than 50 years, the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America has been at the forefront of advocating, educating, and increasing awareness of rare disease. The association has elevated health equity and education for marginalized communities, elevated sickle cell to the national spotlight, and sought to improve data collection on the prevalence of rare disease. Their accomplishments on Capitol Hill are noteworthy, including the passage of the Sickle Cell Disease Research, Surveillance, Prevention, and Treatment Act in February of 2018. For embodying the leadership of NORD's founder, NORD is thrilled to present the Abby S. Myers Leadership Award to the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America. Accepting the award on their behalf is President and CEO, Regina Hartfield.
Good evening, everyone. Isn't this a wonderful venue for this great program tonight? It's fantastic. As mentioned, I'm Regina Hartfield and the president of the Sickle Cell Disease Association of America, also known as SCDAA. And as also mentioned, we serve as the national voice for sickle cell disease. Since 1972, we have been in the forefront of improving the quality of health, life, and services for individuals, families, and communities affected by sickle cell disease and related conditions. We do so through advocacy, education, awareness raising, training, partnership, and mostly and most importantly, through giving a voice to sickle cell warriors. It is an incredible honor to be the recipient of the Abby S. Myers Leadership Award. Ms. Myers' legacy as a staunch advocate for rare diseases is iconic. This award to SCDAA would not have been possible without the dedication, hard work, and unwavering commitment of the sickle cell community, including our warriors, caregivers, staff of the national office, our partners, and our medical community. They deserve all the praise. We deeply appreciate this recognition from NORD and from the rare disease community, many of whom I have met this evening and yesterday, and I'm honored. On behalf of SCDAA, thank you so much.
Next up, we have a dynamic duo who for decades have been driven by a desire to develop vaccines for infectious diseases for those in need around the world. Dr. Peter Hotez and Dr. Maria Batazzi are being honored by NORD for their innovative approach to public health and vaccine development that focuses on global equity, partnership, and access. The work of Dr. Hotez and Dr. Batazzi to develop a COVID-19 vaccine through a commitment to diversity and inclusion has contributed to the greater health and safety of all individuals, especially those with rare diseases and disorders. NORD is thrilled to present the Public Health Leadership Award to Dr. Maria Batazzi and Dr. Peter Hotez. Here to accept the award on behalf of both is Dr. Batazzi.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. With Dr. Peter Hotez, we are really humbled and thankful for this recognition, and he sends his regards that he couldn't be here with me. The mission of our vaccine center at Texas Children's Hospital and Baylor College of Medicine in Houston is to achieve health equity, access, and justice for the world's poorest populations, the neglected, the undervalued, the unheard, and unseen populations. Poor people are disproportionately afflicted by many emerging and neglected diseases, including COVID-19. Invisible diseases such as Chagas, schistosomiasis, leishmaniasis, you probably can't even pronounce them, and maybe you have never even heard of them. But they bring stigma and chronic cognitive, physical, and mental disabilities. As you can see, living neglected has many similarities with living rare. For 2 decades, our philosophy places people's needs first and is anchored on open science towards the development of safe, effective, accessible, and affordable vaccines. We transfer our knowledge, we remove intellectual property barriers, and we help incentivize, empower, and strengthen vaccine science capacity through trusted partnerships and transparent communications. This is true definition of vaccine diplomacy. Our dream came true with Corbevax, our COVID-19 vaccine produced in India. We have vaccinated more than 50 million kids and is soon to be deployed globally. Daily, thank you very much. We are daily inspired by community organizations like NORD, like all of you, those who live with rare diseases. Like us, you believe that to achieve audacious goals, we need to empower people to live strong and forge long-lasting collaborations and partnerships globally. So thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Leslie Bennett, a tireless parent, advocate, and community leader. Her daughter Kelly was born with a rare inborn error of metabolism. For the last 30 years, Leslie has been advocating for patients, mostly children with rare disorders, such as her daughters. She has been with NORD's Rare Action Network, or otherwise known as RAN, since its inception in 2016. Serving as a state ambassador in Connecticut. She has a proven track record of getting things done, forging relationships, raising awareness, and leading critical work on many rare issues, including step therapy, newborn screening, medical nutrition, and creating a permanent rare disease advisory council in her state. NORD is pleased to present Leslie Bennett with the 2022 Rare Impact Award.
Thank you, Art, for that lovely introduction. A little bit much, but I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank the NORD family, all our wonderful members, members of the rare disease community, the Connecticut Rare Action Network, all the Rare Action members across the country. Our rare disease community in Connecticut is very active, and they've been a great help. So I wouldn't be up here tonight if it weren't for them. I thank you all for this. Today is a very special day for me. My daughter Kelly was born, 33 years ago today. So this award has a special meaning to me. She was my inspiration for advocating. She had seizures 36 hours after birth, and that started our family on the journey that everyone here is very familiar with, the diagnostic journey. We never got a full diagnosis of her. We were very lucky in the fact that both my husband and I had backgrounds in the medical world. And my background was in hematology oncology. I worked in research and at clinical laboratories and knew every pathologist on the East Coast. So when Kelly had problems, when she had breakthroughs on phenobarbital right away, I knew something was wrong. And I contacted my old boss, and eventually we ended up with meeting with one of the, I think at the time, only 6 neurogeneticists in the United States. And he was wonderful. Problem was, the first time I met him, I couldn't talk to him because I used to deliver samples to his lab. And every single disease that he specialized in was fatal by the time the child was 3. So that's devastating to families. So I know what you all go through. I've lived it with my daughter. But we were fortunate in the fact he realized she wasn't as bad as most of the kids he saw. He turned around and told me it was definitely a metabolic disorder. She had all the signs and symptoms of an inborn error of metabolism in the first 48 hours of life. And then he told me what I needed to do. Physicians worked in silos, so I was going to have to be responsible for her care. I was going to have to keep a complete healthcare summary, which is one of the things we talked about today. And this was 30 years ago, and it was essential. It helped her life. He also told me, because I understood, I worked in cutting-edge technologies, especially in medical genetics. So he told me I was going to have to advocate not just for her, but for everyone else with a rare disease. And he taught me how to do it, and that's really helped. And I had to be my daughter's voice, but as I got to know people in the rare disease community, I had to be everybody's voice. It wasn't just Kelly I was helping. We all have a lot of the same issues that we face. We need a lot of the same services. So we will continue the fight in Connecticut. I thank you for this award. My husband and I will enjoy it tonight. And without my husband John's help, I never would have been able to do this. So I thank you all.
Now I'd like for us to shift focus to one of the organizations and companies pushing the envelope and making historic strides in developing therapies, treatments, and cures. Kedrion Biopharma has been on the front lines of discovery for decades, and they've made a breakthrough for us to celebrate here tonight. Congenital plasminogen deficiency, I hope I said that right, otherwise known as CPLGD, is a lifelong rare disorder that can lead to blindness and mostly severely impacts children. Last year, Replazine, created by Kedrion, became the first treatment for this condition. Kedrion Biopharma is currently ramping up Replazine production capacity to meet patient demand. What excellent news. NORD is pleased to introduce Rebecca Bialis to present a 2022 Industry Innovation Award to Kedrion Biopharma.
My name is Rebecca, and I am a mother of 2 young children with the rare disorder plasminogen deficiency. In this disorder, patients do not produce enough of the clotting factor plasminogen. This can lead to a buildup of thick white growths on the eyelids, gums, airways, and kidneys, and can cause organ failure. My son Graham developed symptoms of this disorder at 6 weeks old. We had a difficult journey to diagnosis, only to find that no treatments were approved. Eventually, at age 3, he was able to join a study to get access to plasminogen infusions, which completely resolved his symptoms. This miraculous treatment, now known as Replazime, was FDA approved in June 2021 and is the first and only treatment available for these patients. It's been championed by Kedrion, an Italian family-owned pharmaceutical company with deep roots in caring for patients with rare disorders. Because of this medication and Kedrion's commitment to it, my children may never have to face the possibility of blindness, lung infections, or kidney failure. Thank you, Kedrion, for believing that all children deserve a chance at a healthy life, and for supporting that belief with your work. You've changed the course of history for all patients with this rare disorder. And so on behalf of all people living with congenital plasminogen deficiency, it is my pleasure and honor to present Kedrion Biopharma with an Industry Innovation Award for Replazime. Accepting on their behalf is Vice President, Regional Commercial Director for the U.S., Giorgio Massetti Zanini. Giorgio, grazie.
I cannot be more honored to receive this award in behalf of Kedrion from Rebecca. Rebecca drives the Plasminogen Deficiency Foundation, which is instrumental, obviously, in the education and guide us also how to develop this product. A partner to us also has been Dr. Shapiro and the Indiana HTC, which was critical because her clinical judgment was also producing the pathway to be approved by FDA, which is not an easy thing in rare diseases. And I thank you very much, Rare, Nord, for what you do for rare diseases. The advocacy, the representation, and the voice that you give to the people is critical. And this is the energy that you give us to continue to drive what we do and every day with my colleagues. To tell you the story, technically was a parallel development between Kedrion and Prometic. Prometic is a Canadian company that we recently acquired, and 15 years to get today here. 15 years of dedications, and they had really incredible creativity to overcome difficulties in producing this product because it's not easy when you have small batches and so on. So thanks to these colleagues, this is a reality. And the passion that you give us today, I blew 3 napkins to listening to your powerful, emotional stories. So please continue to do that, because that is a passion that you give us to continue to drive for these therapeutic solutions. Thank you very much. I'm very honored.
Thank you. Our next individual honoree, Nora Wong, has devoted her life's work to helping children and adults, and to the importance of having the hard conversations. Nora herself lost her son in 2013 to an unknown illness, and she used that hardship to discover and name her late son's disease, establish strong research capabilities for the disease, and build a network of scientists, clinicians, and families to drive positive outcomes for the families that come next. For her contributions as a leader, advocate, storyteller, and difference maker, NORD is pleased to present a 2022 Rare Impact Award to Nora Wong.
Thank you to NORD for this honor, and with special thanks to Mary Dunkel for being my first shepherd into the rare disease world. Imagine my 22-year-old son rendered unresponsive by seizures while getting ready for work, then dying after 79 days. Or a 5-year-old, so bright he was about to skip 1 year in school, suddenly succumbing to seizures while on holiday with his family, then arising from coma, a different child, unable to speak or control his behavior. New onset refractory status epilepticus, or NORSE, and its subtype, FIRES, febrile infection-related epilepsy syndrome, are clinical presentations of seizures that strike from out of the blue, are resistant to treatment, and occur primarily in healthy young adults and children with no history of epilepsy. NORSE results in mortality, devastating morbidity, and the development of epilepsy. In 2/3 of the cases, the cause of the seizures is never found. NORSE may share commonalities with other rare disorders, so scientists and pharma should know that the NORSE Institute has assembled world experts in inflammation, immune dysregulation, and epilepsy. We just launched a NORSE FIRES biorepository at Yale to perform genetic, cytokine, metagenomic, and pathology studies. We will post the results publicly and make remaining samples available to qualified investigators. If your research overlaps with ours, please contact the NORSE Institute. We welcome collaboration. Thank you.
So much of the change that occurs in our country depends on our partners in Washington, D.C. And so we're thrilled to honor our next guest, Congressman C.K. Butterfield, for his public service at the highest level. Representing North Carolina, Congressman Butterfield has acted as the co-chair of the Rare Disease Caucus and the Childhood Cancer Caucus. He guided legislation that facilitated new treatments and improved the lives of rare patients through the Creating Hope Act. NORD is pleased to present the Honorable G.K. Butterfield with a rare 2022 Rare Impact Award. Congressman Butterfield could not be in attendance, but we have a recorded acceptance that we'd like to play for him now. Thank you.
Hello, I am U.S. Congressman G.K. Butterfield, proudly representing North Carolina's 1st Congressional District. I am very honored to receive the Rare Impact Award. Early on in my career here in Congress, I had the opportunity to meet with several children with rare diseases and parents who had lost their children to rare diseases like pediatric cancer. Those advocates shared their stories and pushed me to become more involved in this cause. Because of them, I became the co-chair of the Congressional Rare Disease Caucus and tried to be a stalwart advocate for this incredible community, whether it be through championing the Creating Hope Act or educating my fellow members on the importance of issues facing the millions of Americans affected by rare diseases. And so this award today reminds me that while things may not have moved as quickly as we would all have liked, my accomplishments and advocacy during my time in Congress has made, I believe, a real difference in people's lives. And so I say thank you. Thank you to NORD and to the rare disease community for this incredible honor. I am grateful.
On Target Laboratories is fighting for a brighter future for all those combating cancer, especially rare cancers. Now with the approval of their treatment of Cytolux, there is a new tool for surgeons to improve the ability to locate ovarian cancerous tissue. The next step, use the groundwork to explore this new technology to identify and treat other cancers. What a mission. It really is, and what a compelling future we can create together. NORD is pleased to introduce ovarian cancer survivor Carol Giandato to present a 22 Industry Innovation Award to On Target Laboratories for Cytolux.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you this evening. It's been a very emotional and encouraging day for not only me, but I'm sure for all of you, as we learn so much about rare diseases in our country. I first would like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for my journey. It's 10 years since I was first diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Thank you, Lord. I had quite the journey, which included 5 surgeries and various chemotherapies. My first recurrence was in 2015. I was delighted when my doctor, Dr. Janusz Tanyi from Philadelphia Penn Medicine, offered me the clinical trial using a new technology which lit up the ovarian cancer during surgery. I was injected with fluorescent dye prior to surgery, and during surgery, Dr. Tanya used a special light and saw a nodule that was not visible on the CT scan, which made both of us very happy. The new technology was developed by On Target Laboratories and was approved by the FDA just last November. Clinical trials are amazing. They not only offer patients hope, but also the medical community, and I am a firm believer in all of them. It gives me great pleasure to present the Industry Innovation Award to On Target Laboratories for Cytolux. Here to accept on their behalf is Ben Lundgren, Executive Vice President of Commercial Operations. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. I wanted to take a note and just, on a personal level, thank each of you. I have a brother who lives with a rare disease, and I have seen firsthand the confusion and uncertainty that comes with finding a diagnosis, the endless hunting for a viable treatment, and then the courage that it takes to live with a rare disease. So I thank each of you for your efforts in providing a voice for those that may not have that voice because they are so few in number. It means a lot to me personally. On Target is a company that was founded 10 years ago in central Indiana. We're a group of clinicians, scientists. Some of us are merely healthcare enthusiasts. And we are centered around a dream that by illuminating or lighting up cancer during a procedure, that we can empower surgeons to remove that cancer more completely, more frequently. And that dream extends not only to cancers that are commonly known among us, but also to rare cancers such as ovarian cancer or osteosarcoma. It is a great honor and a pleasure to be receiving this award tonight from NORD, and to really understand the great privilege that it is to be amongst so many that have provided so much for so few. I would also like to thank the patients, those like Carol, who have done so much to enable this treatment to move forward and to be available to so many. So thank you.
Okay, how's everybody doing? On to our next honoree. Tammy Jones is a patient, advocate, rare mom, and grandmother. As the Arkansas Rare Action Network Ambassador for the last 4 years and member of NORD's Policy Steering Committee, Tammy has worked on the front lines driving local and national initiatives and fought to establish a rare disease advisory council in her state. Tammy's ability to raise awareness and inspire hope for other families like hers has made her an incredible steward and storyteller on behalf of the rare community. NORD is pleased to present Tammy Jones with the 2022 Rare Impact Award.
Good evening. I am Tammy Jones, and greetings from the natural state of Arkansas. As an advocate of 22 years for my family and the past 4 years for NORD, I'm honored to be a recipient of this year's Rare Impact Award. There are many that have encouraged me along the way, and for that I'm very grateful. But I must thank my family for standing with me in the gap as we advocate together, sometimes out of our comfort zone, yet always standing strong, knowing that advocacy brings knowledge. My youngest son, who is here with me tonight, became an advocate when he could not play the game that he wanted to play because of his rare disorder. So he became a student athletic trainer. My youngest daughter is a self-advocate every day with type 1 diabetes. We tell them, define your disorder, do not let it define you. And in my closing, my motto, remember, is knowledge is power. Thank you.
Our next honoree lives and breathes patient care. Dr. Mihail Leonakis is a physician scientist who more recently has worked to understand how COVID-19 affects certain patient groups and the immunocompromised and how to protect them against the virus. Such relevant, powerful work to keep the rare disease community informed in these challenging times. NORD is pleased to present Mihail Leonakis with the 2022 Rare Impact Award. Dr. Leonakis could not be in attendance tonight, but let's play a recorded acceptance from him now.
I'm truly grateful to the National Organization for Rare Disorders for the great honor to be a recipient of one of the 2022 Rare Impact Awards. I would like to also thank NORD for the continued support and advocacy for patients and for the unremitting efforts to raise awareness about rare diseases on the behalf of millions of Americans who live and struggle with them. As a physician scientist at the National Institutes of Health, I take care of the world's largest cohort of patients with the rare disease autoimmune polyglandular syndrome type 1 or autoimmune polyendocrinopathy candidiasis ectodermal dystrophy, a devastating multi-organ autoimmune disorder that affects about 1 in 100,000 individuals in the United States. I'd like to thank my lab members, our entire clinical team, and our collaborators, without whom I would not be standing in front of you here today. I would like to also humbly acknowledge our patients, who inspire us to not only take the best care of them, but also to try to understand why they develop the immune problems that they develop, and use these insights to devise personalized strategies for better screening, earlier diagnosis, and effective treatments that will collectively help us improve patient outcomes. I'd like to express my gratitude to Todd and Heather Talarico, Jennifer Orange, Robin Finch, and Sherry and David Seifert of the board of the APS Type 1 Foundation for kindly nominating me for this award. Thank you again.
You know, for most common diseases, treatment options seem plentiful. On the other hand, for rare genetic disorders, outlook can be bleak. Molybdenum cofactor deficiency, or MOCD, is one such rare disease. On Rare Disease Day 2021, BridgeBio Pharma and its affiliate Origin Biosciences announced that the FDA approved Nulibry for injection as the first therapy to reduce the risk of mortality in patients with MOCD. What a massive win for the patient community. Very much so. I'd now like to introduce Whitney McHugh and her daughter Willow to present a 2022 Industry Innovation Award to BridgeBio.
It is an honor. Never thought I'd be traveling from Wisconsin to here with Willow. That seems impossible to me. So I am Whitney. This is my daughter Willow. She has a rare genetic disease called molybdenum cofactor deficiency type A. She was flight for life from our city Oshkosh to our local children's hospital in Milwaukee at 6 weeks old. And at that time, we had no idea what was going on. She did not present early diagnosis as normal. With this disease, most babies do not live the first days of life. So being flight for life at 6 weeks old to the unknown hospital, it took 10 days for all the testing in the world to find that she has this rare disease. From that point on, we had to find out if she was type A or type B. Type A, their first treatment was originally from Germany, and type Bs do not respond to the medication. So we got a diagnosis that she had type A and defined all the odds of still living with the disease. So Germany decided to give her a shot at life based on one last set of MRIs and sent the original drug from Germany to the United States. She started her first infusion of this experimental drug on July 18, 2012. And within days, all of her laboratories came back to normal range. She no longer had the high levels of toxic sulfite, which were ultimately killing her brain, and that is why she is living the worst part of the disease today. She continued on the experimental drug from Germany from 2012 to 2014, which a company on the East Coast called Alexion created the United States drug in a purer form with no bacteria and toxins like the Germany drug. She continued on as an experimental drug with the Alexion from 2014 until 2021 received news that BridgeBio had created a new drug that was going to be FDA approved called Nulibry. So over the years, we did many drug trial visits back and forth from our local hospital, in which have paved the way for the United States. She was the first child to be treated and the oldest for the United States at 9 weeks old, and has continued on drug trial, many medical problems. We went through many surgeries. She's had spinal surgeries and is 24/7 care. But as of 2021, we received news that her drug became FDA approved, and shortly after, 2 babies were born and their lives were saved. So my ultimate goal from the very beginning is to save children's lives in a generation we thought that we would never even see. And here we are today saving lives so that they don't have to live like Willow. Yeah. So, on behalf of those living with molybdenum cofactor deficiency, it's my pleasure and honor to be here today showing you my Willow to present BridgeBio Pharma with the 2022 Industry Innovation Award. Accepting on their behalf is Vice President of Business and Development and Operations, Mike Mangone.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Whitney and Willow, for that wonderful introduction. It's an honor and a pleasure to really share the stage with you on this. There's an old saying that was on the whiteboard at Bridge in the early days. It read, "Whoever saves one life saves the world entire." And that message is really always in the back of our minds at Bridge, and it really served as an inspiration for our mission. And as Whitney mentioned, we really it resonated with us, especially on February 2021, when we learned that the FDA had approved our drug Nulibry, which was the first and only therapy to reduce the risk of mortality in patients with MOCD type A. As mentioned, this is an ultra rare disease. There are less than 150 patients estimated to have MOCD type A around the world. But that's honestly what made working on this drug so powerful and meaningful for myself and our team at Bridge. Bridge was founded to create life-changing medicines in the rare genetic disease space and cancers. And we hope that our work on Nulibry can help show others that in the world that no disease is too rare. So thank you, NORD, for this honor, and all the patient advocates across the rare disease space for your commitment and your drive. You're all the real heroes. Thanks.
What an incredible program we've had so far tonight. I'm temporarily taking over the role as frontman of this band, this virtual band we have right now, to reintroduce to you our amazing MC, who will also be tonight's musical performer. Lucky us. Art Alexakis is a singer-songwriter and guitarist of the rock band Everclear. He's enjoyed a lengthy and successful career spanning 11 studio releases, numerous videos, thousands of live shows, and many, many accolades, including a 1998 Grammy nomination for the album So Much for the Afterglow. And after tonight, it looks like he can add MC to his list, no problem. Please join me in welcoming back to the stage Art Alexakis.
Thank you, Pam. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? Anybody remember the 1990s? It was a good time for me and my band. I just want to say I am more than happy to be here. This is a big deal for me. A lot of you don't know, I was diagnosed in 2016 with a disease called multiple sclerosis, and which at one time was a rare disease. And because of advocates, research, patients, and just everybody working as hard as they could, it's made it a disease that today, for someone like me, who's 60 years old and has a immunocompromised disease, I'm able to go on tour every day, do what I do, and have a real life. Give it up for everybody who's made that happen, please. Now you're going to see that I'm not an MC, I'm a singer. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is a song that started all and it introduced us to the world back in 1995. This is called Santa Monica. Well, people are going, oh, that song. Yeah, I'm still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast. I don't wanna be your downtime. I don't wanna be your stupid game with my big black boots and an old suitcase. Do believe I find myself a new place. I don't wanna be the bad guy.
walk dance anymore. I just wanna see some palm trees. Go away, trying to shake your disease. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. Are you guys still with me? Come on, we can do better than that. I am still dreaming of your face. Oh, hungry and hollow are the things you took away. I don't wanna be a good time. I don't wanna be your backwards anymore. Walk right out into a brand new day. Insane rising in my own weird way. I don't wanna be the bad guy. I don't wanna do your sleepwalk dance anymore. I just wanna see some sunshine. I just wanna find some place to be alone. Yes, we could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. We could live beside the ocean, leave the fire behind, swim out past the breakers, watch the world die. Yeah, let's see those hands, come on. Watch the world die. Yeah, watch the world die. Oh, yeah, watch the world die. Yeah, watch the world die. Thank you. I think there's a super fan, or maybe my mom over there, I'm not sure. I'm gonna do another song now. I'm gonna dedicate this to Willow. This goes out to children. I wrote this for my daughters. And I'm very blessed to have daughters, as are you. And man, it just really touches me. Thank you guys so much for being here today. This is a song, my guitar's out of tune. I gotta change guitars, excuse me. Mute it, please. Have it go on. Get this. Sorry, nothing's worse than an out-of-tune guitar. And you guys are doing that on purpose, right? Did I not tip you or something? Anyway, let me dedicate this back. This is called Wonderful. Close my eyes when it gets too sad. I think thoughts that I know are bad. Close my eyes, count to 10. Hope it's over when I open them. I want the things that I had before. Star Wars poster on my bedroom door. I wish I could count to 10. Make everything be wonderful again. Hope my mom, hope my dad figure out why they get so mad. Hear them scream, hear them fight, say bad words that make me wanna cry. Cause my eyes wanna go to bed and I dream of angels that make me smile. I feel better when I hear them say everything will be wonderful someday. Promises mean everything when you're little and the world so big. Just don't understand how you can smile with all those tears in your eyes. Tell me everything is wonderful now. Na 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 na. na na. Everything is wonderful now. I go to school and I run and play. Tell the kids that it's all okay. Laugh a lot so my friends won't know. When the bell rings, I just don't wanna go. Go to my room, close my eyes, make believe that I have a new life. Don't believe you when you say everything will be wonderful someday. Promises mean everything when you're little and the world so big. Just don't understand how you can smile, all those tears in your eyes. Tell me everything is wonderful now. Na 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 na. I don't want to hear you tell me everything is wonderful now. Na 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 na. I don't want to hear you say everything is wonderful. I don't want to hear you say I will understand someday. No, 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 no. I don't want to hear you say both that brown and the different singing. No, no, I don't want to be your friend. I just want to start over again. I don't want the life to be the same, just like it used to be. Some days I had everything. I had everything. Everyone and everything. Please don't tell me everything is wonderful. Sing it now. Keep it up. Everything is wonderful now. Keep it up. Louder, come on. Everything is wonderful now. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a 40-minute break in our program. Dinner is served.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to start the second half of our program. I want to give a special mention to NORD's 2020 and 2021 Rare Impact awardees. Our virtual award shows these past few years have been joyful celebrations for certain. However, we'd like to honor the previous award winners in person as well. I'd like to call up all our 2020 and 2021 honorees to the stage, please.
Radio's on and I'm moving around the place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, and I ain't getting nowhere. I just live in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know it is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark.
Thank you all for being here tonight. Congratulations on your inspiring achievements and your contributions to the community. I'd like to pass it back to Art to continue our programming. Please continue your successful journey forward.
Everybody have a nice dinner? They made me have Taco Bell. It's a rock and roll thing. I thought they think they were doing something special for me. Just kidding. You know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Art Alexakis again, and thank you to Pam for saying my name right every time. It was awesome. It's a rare thing. And I've been playing in bands. I'm 60 years old, and I've been playing in bands for over 35 years. And being here, this is like Mecca for me. So thank you very much for allowing me to do this. Thank you to Pam and everybody at Nord. So let's get going. Thank you, Pam. We have all certainly heard about cancer before tonight, but one thing you may not know is that more than half of people battling cancer are battling a rare cancer. Multiple myeloma is an incurable cancer that forms in the white blood cells known as plasma cells and affects around 100,000 Americans currently. Thanks to Bristol Myers Squibb and 2seventy bio, the first FDA-approved cell-based gene therapy for this cancer, Abecma, is on the market. Yeah, big hand. Nord is pleased to present a 2022 Industry Innovation Award to Bristol Myers Squibb and 2seventy bio. Please welcome Yelik Buru, the newly appointed CEO of the International Myeloma Foundation, a myeloma patient as well, to present this award. Everybody.
Thank you, Nord, for inviting me to present this Innovation Award. I was only 25, newly married, and going to graduate school and anticipating a full life ahead of me, when one morning, a few weeks before Christmas, an internist I went to see for a chronic cough and anemia called me and told me I have multiple myeloma, an incurable cancer of the plasma cells. He said I would be dead before my 30th birthday. The only treatment available then was high-dose chemotherapy, followed by a high-dose chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant. I remember my family crammed into a 15 by 15 small chemo room for day one infusion and looking at me intensely for any signs of nausea, diarrhea, or hair loss. Then I had hair. Thankfully, that was 27 years ago. I continue to be on various other treatments and look for a science fiction-like miracle to continue to be alive, one lab test at a time. If you told me that someday we will be able to harvest someone's T-cell, re-engineer them and train them to target and kill myeloma, infuse them back to the patient and to possibly wipe the myeloma out, I would tell you that is science fiction and for the movies. Enter Abecma, the first in-class FDA-approved CAR T-cell therapy for the treatment of relapsed and refractory multiple myeloma. The patients and communities we serve are so grateful for the research and innovative treatment options to improve outcome for patients battling yet incurable, aggressive, and advanced blood cancers with limited effective treatment options. On behalf of all the patients that have gone before us, the International Myeloma Foundation and Nord, I'm honored to present the Innovation Award for Abecma to Bristol Myers Squibb and 2seventy bio. Accepting on their behalf is Dr. Stephen Bernstein, Chief Medical Officer at 2seventy bio, and Dr. Samit Harwat, Executive Vice President and Chief Medical Officer at Bristol Myers Squibb.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Biru, and thank you, Nord, for this prestigious award. Thank you. We're truly honored. The mission at Bristol Myers Squibb is really to be able to discover, deliver, and develop innovative therapies, transformational therapies, and certainly it's an honor to be able to serve patients with relapsed refractory multiple myeloma with the approval of the first CAR T-cell therapy, Abecma. The innovation mindset that 2seventy bio carries, as well as Bristol Myers carries, we will continue to strive to bring new therapies until we have found a cure for this disease as well. As we look to the overall cell therapy space, one of the most transformational therapies for many diseases, we are in a place where we've got Breyanzi as well as Abecma, more than 3,000 patients now treated with these cell therapies, and with certainly Abecma, the overall treatment landscape for patients with relapsed refractory multiple myeloma has changed. We'll continue to look forward to grow in that space, continue to bring the innovation, and we'll work with academia as well as biotech and pharma industry. But most importantly, our work will not stop without serving the patients that we truly keep in the center and in front of us. So with that, thank you so much. And let me introduce Dr. Bernstein, who probably will also want to share some words. Thank you.
Hey, so thank you, Samit and Mr. Biru, and to Nord for the recognition of Abecma for the Rare Impact Award. So we're very proud to partner with Bristol Myers Squibb to bring the first CAR T-cell therapy to patients with multiple myeloma, so that provides a new and effective approach to fight this relentless disease. At 2seventy Bio, we're an immuno-oncology company. We're focused in on discovering and developing new therapies to disrupt the cancer treatment landscape and give patients and their family more time to be with the people they love and to do the things that they love. And on a personal note, I had the privilege of caring for patients with hematologic malignancies, including multiple myeloma, for about 23 years, so it's incredibly rewarding to see the impact that Abecma has made on the lives of patients that are living with this disease. And indeed, it's the stories that we get from patients that really motivate and inspire us all at 2seventy. So we look forward to our continued collaboration with our colleagues at Bristol Myers Squibb, with advocacy organizations that play such a fundamental, critical role, not only in supporting research, but in supporting patients. And such foundations like the International Myeloma Foundation, the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation, and the rare disease and cancer communities that serve to advance cancer research. Because as the saying does say, we know that we are all at our best when we work together in the service of patients and their families. So thank you very much.
To be wild.
You know, we see time and again in the rare disease community that one breakthrough that can enact tremendous positive change. This could not be truer about our next honoree, Enzyvant Therapeutics, for their new treatment, Rithymec. This unique and potentially transformative therapy is designed to regenerate thymic function for those with pediatric congenital athymia, an ultra-rare and often fatal disease. Nord is pleased to introduce the Allenbus family to present a 2022 Industry Innovation Award to Enzyvant.
All right. Hello. We are the Allenbus family, and about 5.5 years ago is when we joined the rare disease community with the birth of our daughter, Jada. Thanks to the abnormal newborn screen, we found out that Jada was born with an ultra-rare condition known as congenital athymia. A condition so rare, it's estimated that there are only about 15 to 20 babies born in the U.S. each year with congenital athymia. With this condition, a baby born without the presence of a thymus gland. A baby is born without the presence of a thymus gland. So this tiny little butterfly-shaped gland is located above your heart, and that is what gives a person an immune system. It teaches your T cells what to do, and in the presence of germs, bacteria, viruses, and so on. So without that tiny little gland, you are not able to fight infections of any kind. A common cold could end your life. So we immediately went into isolation as we tried to protect our little baby girl. For those that can remember the first few weeks of COVID lockdowns where you couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything, couldn't see anybody, that was our first few years of life with Jada. And as we went into isolation in the very beginning, we began researching the rare disease that was just presented to us. With this research, there are two phrases that kept popping out in all of our findings. These phrases were: children born with no thymus usually do not live past the age of 2 without intervention, and there is no FDA-approved treatment for this condition. So both of these phrases combined made the future look bleak. However, there was hope. There was a doctor who, along with her team, poured most of her career into researching and finding treatment. And in the last several years, there's also a company called Enzivant who stepped up to fund and continue to perfect the product and process to drive this treatment further and fight for its FDA approval. With much persistence along the way, there was finally success, and there is now an FDA-approved treatment called Rethymic. This is amazing news for our small community, as it will hopefully speed up and smooth out the process for patients to receive the only life-saving treatment available to children like Jada. Without the treatment Jada received 5 years ago, I do not think she would be here today. So on behalf of all the people affected by congenital athymia, it is my pleasure to present Enzivant with an Industry Innovation Award for Rethymic. Accepting on their behalf is CEO Bill Simmons. Thank you.
Well, thank you. It's quite an honor to receive this award on the behalf of all the employees of Enzivant. First, let me thank Amanda, Michael, of course, the rocker Odin, and Jada for presenting our company with this award tonight. We are so grateful to you and the 105 families who participated in the clinical trials that ultimately led to the approval of Rethymic. I'd also like to thank NORD for this recognition and their work to address the needs of patients with rare diseases, as well as FDA, who were very supportive as we worked in collaboration to secure approval of Rethymic. And lastly, I'd like to thank Dr. Louise Marker for her pioneering work in congenital athymia, which spanned a course of over 25 years. The collaboration here between academia, regulators, patient advocacy, industry, patients, and caregivers is critical to bringing new options to those patients living with rare diseases. Congenital athymia is an ultra-rare primary immunodeficiency that occurs when a child is born without a thymus, a critical component of the immune system. Without treatment, these infants are extremely vulnerable to life-threatening infections and immune dysregulation, often forcing families into strict isolation to protect their child. Despite these measures, with only supportive care, children with congenital athymia typically do not survive beyond the age of 3. The Ellenboss family and others like them are the reason why the team at Enzivant was so passionate and persistent in our efforts to get Rethymic approved by the FDA and to get it available to patients as quickly as possible. Rethymic is a one-time tissue-based regenerative therapy that restores the immune system in children with congenital athymia. By making this treatment accessible to patients, more patients will have the chance and more parents will have the chance to embrace all the possibilities that life has to offer their children. The work to develop Rethymic could not have happened without our dedicated team and an amazing community of patients, caregivers, clinicians, and researchers. I would like to thank everyone who helped make this advancement possible, and again, thank you all again for being here.
All right. Let's welcome and celebrate our next innovator, Rich Horgan, the founder and president of Cure Rare Disease. Rich is passionate about assisting the rare disease families as they navigate the healthcare ecosystem and his partnership-based approach with the FDA. Researchers and industry alike has established a network to develop life-saving treatments for patients and families that were left without cures or hope. For working to advance the next generation of science and technologies and reducing the burden of patients in drug development, NORD is pleased to present Rich Horgan with a 2022 Rare Impact Award. Give it up for Rich.
Good evening. My name is Rich Horgan, and I'm the founder and president of Cure Rare Disease. I'm sorry that I couldn't be here with you tonight, but I wanted to say a few words in my absence. I'm very humbled by this award. Over the last 3 years, we at Cure Rare Disease have worked tirelessly to develop one of the first CRISPR-based therapeutics for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. The mission is very personal to me. My younger brother, for whom the therapeutic was developed, suffers from a rare form of Duchenne muscular dystrophy. At a very young age, Terry and my family were told that because of the rareness of his disease, that there was no hope, and that we should go home and love Terry with what time we had left. Disgusted by that answer, I made it my life's mission to be able to do something to help Terry. Years ago, I didn't know what that meant, but now it's very clear that what this means is developing a new framework to treat rare and ultra-rare disease patients who are too rare to attract pharmaceutical and commercial interest. We need a new mechanism to be able to treat these patients. We need a new mechanism to be able to develop therapeutics that are potentially even for just a single individual. Patients don't care how common or how rare their disease is. They just care that it's hurting them and their family. And so I'm very proud to accept this award tonight. Thank you so much, and thank you very much to the NORD organization for all the work that you do and for this tremendous honor. All the best.
Another sincere thank you to all our honorees thus far. Let's have a big hand. Thank you so much. You're truly changing the world, absolutely. You know, in 2017, the Kids Caring for Kids Youth Advisory Board was formed. And tonight, we honor their unique journey over the last 5 years with a Rare Impact Award. As part of the Avalon Foundation, this youth leadership program has started an honest, accessible conversation to ask questions and raise awareness about inequity in the rare disease field. This amazing group is cultivating the future leaders in the health space while also making a difference right now by serving the pediatric rare disease community. I am honored to present a 2022 Rare Impact Award to the Kids Caring for Kids Youth Advisory Board. Accepting the award on their behalf are Katie and Kelsey Gruber. Thank you.
On behalf of the KC4K, we are honored to accept this award. Thank you so much, NORD. We are grateful to be recognized among so many worthy advocates in this amazing world of rare. To those who nominated us in the committee that chose us, we are honored to be seen and heard, and our message being here is simple. Everyone can make a difference in a person's life, no matter their age. 6 years ago, we gathered as a dozen middle schoolers and established Kids Caring for Kids because we all believed that every kid deserves a chance to overcome obstacles and succeed. And that is still our why today.
We want to thank God for making it possible in so many ways for us to be humble helpers. Thanks to our founder, Avalon, who unfortunately could not be with us here today due to illness. Thank you to all of our parents and families, our leadership, volunteers, mentors, partners, sponsors, and donors for all their dedication and support. Most importantly, we want to thank all the kiddos out there figuring out how to thrive with a rare diagnosis. You are our heroes, our inspiration, and the world's best example of courage and determination. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve and support you. You are amazing. Keep going. Thank you again. We are so grateful to receive this award.
Can we please have another hand for those kids? Man, that's awesome. As a dad of a teenager, that's a big deal for me. I'm impressed. Okay, so next up, a parent, artist, and advocate, Bo Bigelow, whose rare journey began with his daughter's unknown ultra-rare condition and now has sparked the storytelling across the globe. Bo co-created Disorder, the Rare Disease Film Festival, to shine a light on patient stories for all those battling a rare disease, and subsequently the Disorder streaming channel during the pandemic. Bo also founded his own rare nonprofit, the Foundation for USP7 Related Diseases, a NORD member, and with a soon-to-be-developed registry for patient data. NORD is pleased to present Bo Bigelow with the 2022 Rare Impact Award. Unfortunately, Bo could not be in attendance tonight, but we have a pre-recorded remarks to play now. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't be with you in person. I want to thank NORD for this honor. I also want to thank my amazing wife, Kate McCran. We've been married for 17 years with 2 kids. For us, the hardest work started 12 years ago when realizing we were raising a child with a rare disease, since our test has Howe-Fountain syndrome. Kate and I started our foundation together, the Foundation for USP7 Related Diseases, to cure this neurodevelopmental disorder. Having a child with a rare disease forces you to be a better you. I wouldn't be who I am without the struggles we've endured with our tests. And I want to thank my partner, Daniel DeFabio. He and I started Disorder, the Rare Disease Film Festival, and the Disorder Channel. We scour the earth for films about rare diseases, and then we celebrate them and share them whenever and wherever we can. We don't just want to spread awareness. We want more than that. We want to spur collaborations that lead to cures. We should all be talking to each other more. And this work has never been about me. It's about all of you. If your rare disease isn't on our channel or in our festival, we gotta change that. Get in touch and let's make it happen. Thanks for this award.
The core of NORD's work has not changed since its founding nearly 40 years ago, and that core focus is improving the lives of people. Our next honoree is the embodiment of the life-changing effect you can have on the people around you if you put the work in. Jack Temperley, or as you may know him, Captain Marrow, was given a second chance at life many years ago through a bone marrow transplant. Now he uses his powers for good, to tell stories, reinforce strong wills in the rare community, and connect the medical field to individuals and families. NORD is pleased to present a 2022 Rare Impact Award to Jack Temperley. Yeah, give it up for Jack. Unfortunately, Jack could not be here, but we have some video remarks from him accepting the award. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Jack Temperley, aka Captain Marrow. I've known about my rare disease my entire life. I say this knowing that there was a time in my life when I didn't know what it really meant, but I knew I was different. The more I learned about my condition, the more I learned to self-advocate for myself, whether it was in education, health, social life, or even in the workplace. As I became more involved in the rare disease community, I found people I can trust, empathize with, and form deep relationships with, built on unique common grounds. The idea that alone we are rare, and together we are strong. Being rare teaches us as much about hope as it does grief. As a result, it teaches us perhaps the greatest lesson of all, the recognition of the fragility of life, to prioritize its value each and every day. How do we do that? By honoring the heroes in our community who have fallen, supporting those living among us, and advocating for those who will come after us. Once we find the hero within ourselves, nothing is impossible.
To produce lasting change, we need to plant the seeds today to lead to big differences tomorrow. Our next honoree is Melinda Burnworth, a clinical pharmacist and educator who is making a lasting impact on the rare disease community through her local, state, and national efforts to educate and share experiences. Melinda has developed a rare disease course and a program for her pharmacy students in Arizona, helping to promote mentorship to narrow the gaps that rare families face. And it should come as no surprise that Melinda was nominated by one of her students. NORD is pleased to present Melinda Burnworth with the 2022 Rare Impact Award. Unfortunately, Melinda was unable to attend tonight, so we'd like to play some virtual remarks from her now. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow rare disease warriors. I hope you are enjoying the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I have to admit, I'm feeling like a rare Hall of Famer, especially being recognized with this Rare Impact Award. So on behalf of the estimated 700,000 Arizonans that are affected by rare disorders, thank you for this special honor. Moving forward, my promise to you is to ensure that we are narrowing the gap in healthcare professional curriculum and increasing awareness about rare disorders. So I hope you continue to enjoy your time at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all the other Rare Impact Award honorees, and thank you, thank you.
You know, there is a rare blood disease called paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria. I know, that was horrible. That was the one I was dreading all night. I've worked on it for 5 days and I still didn't get it right. Or we can just call it PNH. For guys like me. That causes red blood cells to break apart. Apellis Pharmaceuticals stepped in to fill a need and create a promising new choice to combat the life-threatening impact of this rare disease. Teresa Elgin, a patient living with PNH, was scheduled to attend to present the 2022 Industry Innovation Award to Apellis for Empaveli. She could not make it at the last minute, so I'd like to read her remarks on her behalf now. To accept this award, I am pleased to introduce Rare Disease Program Executive Victoria Brown from Apellis. Thank you.
Good evening. So first off, I want to thank you for recognizing Apellis. We are incredibly proud to receive an Industry Innovation Award for Empaveli for PNH. I also struggle with pronouncing it all, so we'll stick with PNH. We're incredibly humbled to receive this alongside all of the outstanding non-honorees that we've seen tonight, all changing the trajectory within the rare disease community. At Apellis, we were founded on the deep commitment to ensure that we bring transformational therapies for patients and their caregivers and their families who need it the most. We do this based on courageous science and innovation, and this is even more so amplified within the rare disease portfolio. We are united as a team with one mission to ensure that we're bringing Empaveli as a transformational therapy for patients and their families and the community living with devastating complement-driven diseases. We stand by that commitment every single day. And when we are developing our therapies within rare disease for neurology, nephrology, and hematology, and as we prepared for our very first approval in PNH last year, we ensured that the patient and the community voice was heard and influences every decision that we make, all the way through development, and to ensure that the therapy gets into the patient's hands as quickly and as easily as possible. So I would like to thank NORD. I would like to thank all our PNH patients and their families and caregivers and the rare disease community. We value the partnership that we have, and without all of you, we would not be able to do what is possible through that transparent dialogue, but also ensuring that we're united in the goal to ensure a brighter future for people living with rare diseases. Thank you.
Is it just me, or is it kind of weird that they play classic rock every time someone comes up here? It's kind of cool, but a little different. Anyway, our next honoree, District Delegate Kathleen Murphy, has been a fierce and compassionate leader with years of dedication to the rare disease community. Representing Virginia's 34th District, she has supported advocacy efforts to establish a Virginia Rare Disease Advisory Council, participated in her state's Rare Disease Day events, and started the Rare Disease Caucus in Virginia. NORD is pleased to present Kathleen Murphy with a 2022 Rare Impact Award. Thank you. Kathleen could not be in attendance tonight, but we are proud to accept the award on her behalf. Okay, here's the next word I was worried about, polycythemia. Okay, so polycythemia vera, or PV, is a rare blood disease that affects approximately 6,200 Americans. Besremi is the first FDA-approved medication for PV that patients can take regardless of their treatment history. For the development of this important new drug, NORD is pleased to present a 2022 Industry Innovation Award to Pharma Essentia. Introducing the award is Wayne Weissman.
Good evening. The drug names are getting harder to pronounce. It's polycythemia vera. When I was diagnosed with it, I had a hard time with it too. So, I have a rare disease, one that strikes only a few people out of 100,000. I'm also a healthcare venture capitalist with an acute understanding of the cost and risk of drug development. That's why I'm especially pleased to present this award tonight. 4 years ago, at age 62, stuff happens after you turn 60, I've learned, my doctor saw an unusual increase in the number of platelets in my blood. He thought it was an aberration, but it wasn't. What followed were numerous blood tests, genetic tests, CT scans, MRIs, PET CTs,
bone marrow biopsies, and other biopsies. Most of these eliminated what I didn't have. But the abnormal blood counts mattered, and so did the genetic test showing that I had somehow acquired a mutation of the JAK2 gene. The diagnosis was polycythemia vera. P. vera is characterized by an excess of platelets and hemoglobin, resulting in thicker blood. You typically don't die of P. vera, but you can die from a heart attack, stroke, or embolism caused by a blood clot, or because the disease transforms into something more lethal, like acute leukemia or myelofibrosis. There were treatments for the symptoms, an older chemo drug, and periodic phlebotomy or blood removal, but nothing to stop the disease from progressing. A couple of years ago, I began to follow the development of a new drug, Besremi. The data showed not only normalized blood counts and symptom relief, but in many patients an actual reduction of the JAK2 mutation, the driver of P. vera. Wow. The real possibility that you could stop the disease from progressing. A great accomplishment. The drug was approved only last November, and I consulted with my hematologist, Elizabeth Hexner at the University of Pennsylvania, and decided to switch early this year to Besremi. You know, I'm sitting tonight with the good people from Pharma Essentia, and I learned that this has been an 18-year journey to develop this drug, a tremendous tale of perseverance. So thank you so much for this. On behalf of all the people living with polycythemia vera, it's a pleasure and honor to present Pharma Essentia with an Industry Innovation Award for Besremi. Accepting the award is Meredith Manning, President of the Americas for Pharma Essentia.
Thank you, Wayne, so much. I'm really pleased to, since Besremi just came out so recently, we haven't had an opportunity to meet the wonderful individuals living with the rare blood cancer, PV, and especially people who have taken the chance and the belief to believe in the medicine that we have created, Besremi. As Wayne has mentioned, it's a new medicine that was just approved in November for polycythemia vera, and we're really honored to be here today. And thank you to NORD for recognizing all of the effort of the scientists and the individuals who have been working for over 18 years to bring Besremi to the community and to the rare disease community. I would specifically like to thank our founder and CEO, Dr. Casey Lin, and also our chairwoman, Dr. Chinlu Tang. And this was a dream of theirs as they had been working on pegylation and interferon back in the 90s. And they had a vision for what interferon could do in hematology and oncology. And for those of us who are here tonight with Pharma Essentia, we're truly inspired by your resilience and your grit to bring Besremi to the community. So thank you very much for allowing us to join your journey and to bring this much needed medicine to the community. Everybody here is acutely aware of the challenges of rare disease and of the need for multiple solutions to bring to the rare disease community. We are honored to bring Besremi to market, and we're proud that we have been able to be a part of this community. We know that, similar to other rare diseases, people with rare blood cancer deserve the time, attention, and perseverance to bringing something new to market and solutions to individuals living with the rare blood cancer, PV. We are committed to that goal, we embrace that responsibility, and we're truly honored to be a part of this community, so thank you. On a personal note, I would just like to say I was really inspired by being here today and listening to all of you share your journey and your story. And I heard one of you say that people living with rare disease and patients need to have their voices heard. And we at Pharma Essentia promise to listen to you and hear you and continue to bring much needed medicines to the rare community. Thank you again to NORD for this distinguished honor. We much appreciate it, and we're excited to be a part of this community. Thank you.
Like a hand that lost a chain. So do you laugh or does it cry?
What a night it has been. Thank you, Art, for leading us with such grace and finesse, and for giving all these rock stars the commendation they deserve. Thank you. So without further ado, I'm pleased to present tonight's final honoree, Dr. Marshall Summer, Chief of the Division of Genetics and Metabolism at Children's National Hospital. Dr. Summer spearheaded the development of the Rare Disease Institute at Children's National Hospital and oversees the largest clinical division of its kind in the world, treating more than 7,000 rare patients a year. Wow. Dr. Summer has worked in the field of rare disease as a clinician since 1985. When he was a baby, he started. From the start, his clinical work is focused on finding new and better ways to treat rare patients. Marshall has worked with many organizations in the U.S. and across the globe, including the American College of Medical Genetics, the National Institutes of Health, and NORD. With these organizations and many others on initiatives to move the needle forward in the field of rare disease. Dr. Summer recognizes the unique and the important role that patients, families, and patient advocacy organizations play in achieving progress for those living with rare conditions. I've seen him in action, and that statement is absolutely true. In addition to his contributions as a clinician, Marshall served on the NORD Board of Directors for 9 years, with 6 of those 9 years as the organization's chairman. Last year, Marshall played an instrumental role in the launch of NORD's Rare Disease Centers of Excellence network that we're so grateful for and proud of. It's connecting hospitals and clinics across the country for the betterment of specialized patient care. For the enduring impact of his decades of advocacy, excellence, and commitment to combating rare diseases, I am thrilled to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to our friend, Dr. Marshall Summer.
Haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around.
Just right. First off, good evening. I'm at a little bit of a loss for words here, which is unusual for me, for those of you who've known me more than 10 minutes. Something like this doesn't happen in a vacuum. I have been so fortunate throughout my career and my life to be surrounded by people who supported our work, who helped with our work, who carried the load, who did so many things. I'm really happy to have my 2 daughters here tonight who were so understanding so many times when work drew me away. Thank you. And my wonderful wife, Karen Summer, who did so much work for children with rare disease and pediatrics in her many years on the United States Congress. So thank you all. They get as much applause as I do, and they deserve as much credit. And the incredible teams I've been able to work with at Children's National, and before that at Vanderbilt University, but the folks I really owe this to are you. You have inspired me, you have driven me, you have asked, come on, keep it moving, we need this now. And that has never been far from my sight. I am deeply grateful to you all, This will be a wonderful milestone in my career. I said, when they said Lifetime Achievement Awards, do I get a watch and I have to retire now? No. This is a milestone, though, that will continue to push us to continue to do the best we can. And that's what we promise you. So thank you very much. I am deeply honored to accept this award.
Wow, what a wonderful evening. Our thanks to all of you for joining us to celebrate your contemporaries, your colleagues, heroes, of course, and family. Alone we are rare, together we are strong. And tonight, we are certainly rock solid strong. I'd like to express our gratitude and appreciation to NORD's Board of Directors for volunteering their time and experience and for their deep passion and commitment to NORD's mission and the rare disease community at large. I'd also like to mention the NORD staff for their efforts to put on the event of this magnitude, especially under these circumstances and times, to unite the rare disease community in celebration and inspiration. Please join me in giving them a well-deserved round of applause, which you just did, but I'll ask again. NORD began as a collective of patients and caregivers advocating for the Orphan Drug Act back in the early 90s. And we continue to advocate for the nearly 30 million Americans and 300 million worldwide affected by rare disease. Together, we will all contribute new chapters to this rich history with the hope that one day we will eliminate the struggle of rare diseases once and for all. When that day comes, it will be because of a lot of the magnificent people, many of whom are in this room tonight. You're continued to fight hard to make sure that nobody ever has to be alone with a rare disease. That vision is really part of what keeps us going at NORD. We believe in helping people living with rare diseases, in building community, and advancing science. And we believe in ensuring that every person has a fundamental right to their best health and well-being. I look forward to seeing you all for next year's Impact Awards at the National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. on May 4th, 2023. 40 years to the day since the founding of NORD. What a birthday celebration that's going to be. So again, thank you for being here tonight. We're so honored to have you with us. And congratulations to all the Rockstar Rare Impact Award honorees. I'd like to reintroduce Art Alexakis to play us out. Art.
Can we have a big hand for Pam and everybody, and Peter and everybody at NORD, please? And it was mentioned to me that tonight, or actually tomorrow, is Whitney. Remember Whitney and Willow? It's your birthday tomorrow, right? We're gonna sing you happy birthday. Let's find a note. I've been clean and sober for 33 years, so I sing, yeah, I know, right? But I sing happy birthday all the time. This is for Whitney. Help me sing it. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for your advocacy and your fierce love for your daughter. It's really inspiring, being a father of daughters, for sure. Speaking of daughters, my 14-year-old's home tonight, mad because she can't go to the cast party at her play because someone got COVID. And if daddy goes home and gets COVID, there's no more tour. And I'm right in the middle of a tour right now. And so I'm going to sing one more song. This is dedicated to my little girl. She thinks she has green eyes because she did when she was a baby, but she has brown eyes. I don't have the heart to tell her. So help me sing this with, and I know you know the words. This is called Brown Eyed Girl.
Hey, now where we go? Yeah, days when the rains came. Yeah, down in the hollow. Yeah, playing a new game. Laughing and running. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Skipping and jumping. In the misty morning fog. Oh, baby, my heart's thumping you. My brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when? Yeah, we used to sing. Come on, you guys can do better than that. Louder! Oh, hear a song makes me think of a girl I used to know. Hey, 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 hey. I sing along when I hear it on the radio now.
Give yourselves a great big hand for being here tonight.
Now that the years gone by, yeah, now that I'm on my own, saw you just the other day, yeah, but my baby, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about it, playing games in the green grass. Behind the stadium with you. Help me sing it now. Come on, you can do better than that. You, my brown-eyed girl. One more time. Sing it. Beautiful. Do you remember when? Let me see those hands. Yeah, we used to sing. Louder. Whoa. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. One more time, sing it now. Oh, I hear a song, makes me think of a girl I used to know. Hey, 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 hey. I sing along when I hear it on the radio. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. I sing along when I hear it on the radio. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. God bless you all. Thank you.